I think I just want people to understand that feeling like the underdog, feeling like you are not enough is going to be the same thing that drives you. So it's the same thing that might bury you, that's also going to make you feel like you have something to accomplish. That's what it is. It's perspective. So either you can let it bury you, or you can get the fuck up and do something about it. I decide where this is gonna go, and this is all on me. And I like that pressure. My foot is on my own neck. Like, I literally choose where I get to go with this. How much progress I make, it's all up to me. And I like having that pressure on me. Disappointment is the best fuel, honestly. It's like, when you're disappointed, either you're gonna go home and feel sorry for yourself, or you're gonna look at it as like, okay, great, I have something to work at. And I don't see failures as something negative. I see it as something that keeps me going, because now I know what to work with. There's no stopping this train. Like, there's no stopping. There's nothing that's gonna be able to stop me, ever. And that's just what it is. I think we talk a lot about impacting people, and that's such an important aspect of the sport in itself. But I've always been fascinated with how I could affect people's lives and how I could make other people feel better and feel understood, because I was so misunderstood as a child, and I didn't feel like anybody tried to give me the time of day to understand me. And I think that's the thing that makes me a little bit different, is like, I just want to make other people's lives a little bit better, you know? You have on one flip side, you're like, I'm not good enough. People always told me I'm not good enough, and that was my childhood. It was like, I was not good enough. I was good at the sports I gave myself into, but I wasn't ever great. And when I found bodybuilding, I found something I was great at. Something that I could determine, like, okay, this is all me. I decide the fucking outcome. I decide where this is gonna go, and this is all on me. And I like that pressure. When you're just low vibing, we don't do low vibes here. We do high frequency shit only. That's why we do everything so intensely, because it brings up your frequency. So you do bigger and better things. We got to keep the energy up. Doesn't matter how little you get to eat, how much cardio you have, how hard you have to train later. If I can't do that and just be the happiest person I can be while doing it, there's no point to it. I kind of see it whenever I kind of catch on to something later. I'm like, okay, this is my chapter now. Might have been somebody else's chapter earlier on, but then they have something that I can tap into right now, you know? So, you know, it all happens when it's supposed to happen. You learn things. 25, still learning a lot, especially about like life, and bodybuilding, and, you know, relationships and all of that, you know. We all go through different times in our lives where we learn different things and grow as people, and that never stops, you know? So it's important to just have that perspective that you're never late, you're always on time, especially when it comes to lessons. I've been gone for so long. Oh, for so long. For so long. We're back. We're back home. The part about not giving it your all and taking L's is that it might be easier for you to deal with it from an egoistical standpoint. Like, you're being ego, right? It's okay. I'm still good because I had more in the tank. I really didn't show, you know? But when you learn to embrace the fact that it wasn't enough this time, but my time's gonna come. And divine timing, I always say it, whatever is meant to happen for you at the time, it's always gonna happen. And if you didn't win the show, then you won a lesson that you needed to learn in order to be able to get to where you wanna be ultimately. It's never a loss. It's always a lesson. Always. My foot is on my own neck. Like, I literally choose where I get to go with this. How much progress I make, it's all up to me. And I like having that pressure on me. And I think disappointment is the best fuel. Honestly, it's like when you're disappointed, either you're gonna go home and feel sorry for yourself, or you're gonna look at it as like, okay, great, I have something to work at. So it's like, either you're gonna let it bury you and you're gonna go home, you're gonna sit there on your fucking couch, you're gonna be sad about it, you're gonna be depressed about it, you're gonna, sit there and lick your own wounds, and that's fine. If you wanna do that for a minute, you can do that. If you need to do that, then you need to do that. That's your way to go. But at the end of the day, you need to get the fuck up and realize, like, okay, great. If somebody told me today that I was perfect, that I don't need to change anything, I don't need to train more, I don't need to be better, then I would have lost everything. Because in that very same moment, that's when bodybuilding ends, That's when I don't have something that I need to strive for. There's nothing I can do better. And like, we have to see it for what it is. Bodybuilding is about improving. It's about making changes mentally and physically to be able to get to where you want to be. Resilience is a word that I learned when I was like in 3rd grade in Sweden. And I saw this word in a book, because I used to read a lot of books when I was younger. And it was this word in English that I didn't understand. And I was like, what is resilience? I was like, what does this mean? And I remember I went on Google and I was like, okay, this is what resilience means. And then once again, it came up when I was doing my psychology classes in college. And that is, if you want to really put a word on my name, if anything, I'm resilient. I went through a lot of shit to get to where I am today, but I flipped it all around, and I'm living my dream as a bodybuilder. And it's what I wanted to do, and I make people feel something. Bodybuilding is a very lonely sport, but I never feel lonely because of the fucking army I have behind me. Like, I know there's so many people out there that support me, and you're gonna have people that don't like you for whatever reason or hate on you for whatever reason, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And I think a lot of people tend to, go into their, dark thoughts when they train, and a lot of that, and I used to do that a lot, but I think in the last 2 years, I kind of shifted mentally into being in a more positive state when I train. A lot of the time, because I don't want to put focus on the people that don't believe in me. I want to focus on all the good. I have so many people that want to see me win that I can't be bothered to focus on the people that don't. it's not worth the energy. It really isn't. And at the end of the day, if they don't like you or, don't support you for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. I'm still gonna win. It's like, I'm still gonna make it to the top. So you can watch me and you can hate all you want. I'm still gonna do better than you because I'm not in that negative space.